Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Sunday baseball. I'm going to make this video earlier because I work late on Saturdays and I don't want to do it at midnight again. So bear with me. But I think this will be better because I'll have more energy and it'll be more clear. My brain will be more clear. So it's Sunday. Not the biggest Sunday fan for baseball. It is Sunday football. Keep in mind, I'm not going to make a week one video. I'm actually not sure I'm going to make videos for football because I'm at least going to wait a little bit just to see if I can get the vibe for it. Because week one's just kind of like, who knows? We don't even know how the defenses are. But what I'll do is I'll make some parlays and I'll put them in my Discord and maybe in the YouTube comments. So please join the Discord because that's where I post everything. I might post like one football parlay in the comments, but I'm not going to post them all in there. Alrighty, so let's get started with baseball. We got some good weather in Atlanta, and it's Strider versus Castillo, which both pitchers we know can give up some homers. So I am perfectly fine with this game. Granted, sometimes I do like avoiding like the first couple games especially of a Sunday slate, but this one looks pretty good actually, especially because Strider has struggled a lot this year. So we can for sure fire up Mariners. Pretty much anyone you want. I don't care. He's a righty, so you can take any lefties you want. I would prioritize, of course, Cal's always going to be the first. He's got 50 home runs. But Julio's good, Suarez, Randy, Polanco, any of these guys, assuming they start. Just keep in mind, this is the day before, and I don't know who's starting. Cal is one of my favorite Sunday guys. He has the most home runs on Sundays. So I like him a lot in this game. As far as Braves go against Castillo, kind of hard to pick them right now. Maybe Profar. Olson's probably okay. Maybe Harris. Albies is actually one of the hotter hitters, so you can probably go with him. But I don't take teams like I don't take teams that are bad basically, except like the White Sox because they're just hot in the second half of the year. But a lot of these bad teams I like to avoid when I'm betting. Like you can plug and play these guys into a parlay. I think it's fine, but just be careful if you're betting singles on them. I'd prefer Seattle. Then we move to Tampa. We got Messick versus Rasmussen, who, of course, I avoided the other day, and then he gave up some home runs. I don't remember who they played, but I just like, it's always when we least expect it, they kind of have, June 25th, June 30th. Wait, why is this like, okay, it goes up. Yeah, he gave up 3 home runs to Seattle. So go figure, right? Anyway, I think it's okay to take like Manzardo, Ramirez. That's probably all I'd really focus there, unless you guys look at batter versus pitcher and they have someone else really good numbers off of him. Then I know a lot of people research that way, and that's fine if you want to do it. As far as Parker Messick goes, he's a lefty, and I don't like Rays against lefties. But if you want anyone, obviously there's Caminero, Diaz, and Morel. Those are the usual suspects against a lefty. I personally wouldn't go Lau, but you can if if you're feeling it. But he has bad numbers off lefties, and he might not even start. Once again, they don't always start against lefties. Let's go to Baltimore. The Dodgers, the struggling Dodgers. Hopefully they win on Saturday. Like I said, I'm doing this video early, so I don't know how today's slate going to go, except for this crappy Yankees game that's going on right now, and the Cubs are, I don't know. I don't get it, but I have said Brad Lord is a pretty good pitcher. So the weather's okay. You could definitely go Ohtani in this game. Definitely go Freeman. Those are all fine. You could even try Conforto if he starts. Sagano gives up some home runs, so he's a good target. As far as Kershaw goes, he did struggle his last game. I would say Mountcastle's probably good, Cowser, and then the Jacksons. Not necessarily Holiday, unless you really like them, but I like Jeremiah and Alex. Those are probably good picks. I wouldn't go heavy on the Orioles, though. They're just not good. But it is one of the best parks for home runs, so I like it. Toronto stays in New York, Scherzer versus Maximus. This is interesting. Max, I want to see the wind in this because the wind is okay. It's better. So this is better for lefties. I told my Discord I didn't really like lefties on Saturday because the wind was going right to left, just like Friday, and no lefties hit a home run. So, and it's in a rain delay right now, so I don't know what's happening there. But this is better. So we can go. Well, you're not going to take Varsho because he's probably not going to start. And I also wouldn't take Barger. But we can go Springer, Schneider, Guerrero, something like that, Kirk. Just keep in mind Max is a very good pitcher. But if he has a bad start, then you can get some, better odds on the Blue Jays. And then Yankees against Scherzer, fire up lefties, as I always like to say. Grisham, Belly, Jazz, anyone you like. I wouldn't stack them necessarily, but you can fire them up for sure. And then obviously Judge and Stanton are always fine. Stanton got Saturday off, so he'll be well arrested for this game. I can't talk. Milwaukee and Pittsburgh. I wonder how accurate. I'm hoping this is accurate. Yeah, so far so good. Okay. So Mizorowski, if I said his name right, versus maybe Bubba Chandler. There's no one listed on ESPN. I just don't like this park. I'm going to say no. I can't do it. I don't like this park. No. I'm going to avoid this game. I want to make this video like slightly shorter because baseball probably won't be that popular on Sunday compared to football. So we'll try to hammer through this so it's not too long. White Sox in Detroit, Davis Martin versus Charlie Morton. This could be good if the weather's cooperating. Yeah, 10 miles per hour left. So this is good for lefties or righties. Both pitchers are righties. So take Teal, take Sosa, take Montgomery. Benintendi's getting hot. Any of them are fine. I'm good with that. And then on the Tigers, you could go Keith, Carpenter, Green. Just the usual suspects, really. Torkelson is cold, but if you want him, take him. How many home runs has Davis Martin given up this year? 19 and 100. So he doesn't give up a lot. So and keep in mind with how cold the Tigers are, but eventually they're going to have a breakout game because they are 20 games over 500. They're a very good team. So I do like them in this game with that weather. Looks good. Sweeney is a nice little sleeper pick if he starts. Just watch out for it. Mets still in Cincy. We got some guy I've never heard of against Hunter Green. Hunter Green is very good at pitching. You're still, you're good picking Soto and Alonso, maybe Vientos. Just be careful with the Mets in this game because Green is very good. So just, don't go too heavy. Maybe plug them in some parlays, but don't go heavy on like the single bets. And they are underdogs too. But the wind is blowing straight out the center. And as far as the Reds go, I don't know who this Brandon Sproat guy is, so I probably wouldn't target them until we know if he's good or bad. Unless you want to test Ellie De La Cruz. Haha, I wouldn't. So yeah, I'm going to stay off. Maybe take a few Mets, but stay off Reds. Unless this guy stinks. I mean, we can look at his numbers. Let's see. Home runs. 10 home runs in 26 games started. So he doesn't give up a lot of home runs. His ERA isn't very good, though. 7 in 7 games in 2024. So, yeah, I mean, he could be a decent target. I just don't like targeting players I don't know anything about. Like, I don't want to give advice to be like, oh, yeah, take Gavin Lux, take Austin Hayes. I mean, obviously, my usual favorites are like Marte, Steer, McLean, something like that. So if you really want to, I mean, with the weather, go for it. I'm not going to say no. You can try it. And also, if their odds are really good, if their odds are like shot, then like really low, then they're probably FanDuel or whatever book you use is telling you something that they have a good chance of hitting. Philly versus Marlins, Walker versus Mazur. We can go the usual Phillies. Schwarber, Harper, Marsh, Kepler. Just the usual suspects. Turner got Saturday off, and Schwarber finally is leading off on Saturday, which makes me very happy. I prefer when he and like Carroll lead off, but they just don't lead off anymore, which frustrates me. They were so much easier to pick when they were leading. I'm not saying Schwarber's hard to pick, but Carroll's not doing what he usually does because he doesn't lead off anymore. So take the usual guys there, and then as far as Miami goes, that's all up to you. They're kind of hard to pick, and Walker is either good or bad. So if you catch his bad game, then you'll become rich. Whoa, a little hiccup there. Twins and Royals. Check, and Miami's in a dome. Just remember that. This doesn't matter. This win. They should like not show this. Like, why don't they just put dome? You know, stupid. 5.8 miles per hour in isn't, it's a little worse for lefties, but I wouldn't be as scared of five. Like Vinny can hit through 5 miles per hour. I promise you. And Bally Ober has really struggled this year. Lorenzen is up and down, but he's had a bad year. So anyone in this game, like literally Buxton, Wallner, Larnack, Lewis, Lee, any of these guys are fine in this game. And I would prefer Kansas City. They are the favorite. So Yaz, Vinny, Perez, Witt, the usual guys in this. So this game's fine. All right, Giants at the Cards. Tang, who has struggled this year, versus Gray, who has recently been struggling pretty bad. I just don't like the stadium. And the wind's blowing in 8 miles per hour. This is probably a good game to stay away from. Despite, even seeing this, I don't really care. That doesn't tell the full story to me. And surprisingly, he's only given up 1 home run on the year in only 4 starts. But it's too small of a sample size to say if he's going to give up a lot of home runs. But this wind just sucks, and the stadium sucks. So to me, this is probably going to be a good avoid. The only person I would consider is Devers, but we already know how hot he is. Nats at Cubs. Alvarez versus Ray. I don't know who this Alvarez guy is. He's only started 1 game, five innings pitched, 0 runs, 1 hit. Wow, he had a really good start against the Nats. That wouldn't surprise me if he did that against the Cubs, because the Cubs are just struggling right now. And now the wind's blowing in. I said I was making this video early. Just keep that in mind. Pay attention to changes in the weather, because it could definitely change by the time I've made this video and when the games start. So this game, if the wind stays that way, I don't like it. It's okay for lefties, but the Cubs lefties are facing a lefty, and the Cubs struggle. They kind of struggle against lefties. So I just don't really like it. Nats, Wood Abrams is okay. Garcia. So, that's fine. I'm okay with them. Just don't go heavy on them. Astros and Rangers, Garcia versus Corbin. Corbin is really struggling lately. This is also a dome. So I think we can try Astros. We can try... Alvarez can hit off lefties. It's okay. I don't know what his numbers are off Corbin. But you can go Altuve, Correa, Walker, Diaz. You can try any of these righties. Just don't stack them. But Corbin's been pretty bad lately. And Luis Garcia... Yeah, Berger is semi-hot. If he plays, I'd probably go with Berger. And then, it's just kind of hard to pick the Rangers right now. They're just not doing much. Yeah, you could try Tellez, maybe Peterson, but I probably would mostly stay away from Rangers. It's just another, Sundays are just kind of bleh. Cease versus Gordon in Colorado. Hopefully the Padres score today, Saturday. They didn't score on Friday in Colorado, which is kind of pathetic. But this is a good matchup for both teams. Cease has struggled this year. So obviously Tatis, Machado, Ramon. My friend used to take Cronenworth every Sunday. He used to be the Sunday guy. Maybe at Coors, give him a shot. Could be. That would be a single though. I wouldn't put him in a parlay. So your typical Padres, and then your typical Rockies, mostly Goodman, if he plays, because he might not play on Sunday. Mickey's okay, but yeah, I would mostly just go Goodman if he starts. All right, Severino versus Ferris in at the Angels Stadium. Ferris is another young pitcher who only has one start in his career. He went 5 innings. He did 1 earned run. So these guys are having some nice starts to their career. I'm not really afraid of it. It is you'll get a lot of righty lefties like with Shea and then Rooker. So they're okay. You know, good stadium for hitting too for home runs. So those guys are fine. I probably wouldn't like go with Kurtz or Soderstrom, but if you want them, take them. I don't know. Kurtz struggles off lefties. I know that. I'm not sure about Soderstrom though. But yeah, I would just go with the usual suspects here. Zach Geloff, I think he's fine too. He just randomly hits home runs. He's a good long shot, single bet. All right, Angels. We already know where I'm going to go here. Just your typical Nito and Adele. If Ward hits on Saturday, then you can take him Sunday, but only if he hits on Saturday. And the wind is blowing out as usual here. It's always good weather here. Last game is in Arizona. We got Bello versus Nelson. I'm just going to say avoid this game. Both these pitchers are pitching really well right now. I don't like this game. Like I said, short and sweet. I will, obviously since the other games are going on, like I'll show you how early in the day this is. This is the only 2 games going on right now. So take it easy. I'm going to release this like at night. I'm not going to release it right now. I'm making this at 12:30 in the afternoon. But yeah, hopefully it's a good Saturday, and then we can roll it into Sunday, and then I'm going to make some football parlays. Like I said, only touchdowns. I don't really do yards and receptions and things like that. So keep that in our back pockets, and I think we're good to go. Trying to think if there's anything else. Join the Discord. Like right here. Posting winning slips. This guy posted, he bet Lyle to hit a home run, and he did. What is this? 10 for 280. Sweet. But yeah, there's been a lot of good hits in here. Everyone's sharing their slips and winning money. And it's all free. I don't charge anything. I charge your love. And make sure you subscribe. The only thing I really want to require is that you subscribe. If you join the Discord, you're subscribed to my YouTube. My Discord has like 1,150 members. And I have like 1,430 subscribers on YouTube. So I don't want that to... If that surpasses that number, I'm going to be like, what the heck? That doesn't make any sense. So please, if you join the Discord, please subscribe to my YouTube. That's all I ask for. All right. You all have a wonderful Sunday, and football will be exciting. See you later.